Welcome back. Today we got a little duo podcast. Me, Tanner Stone, and Motivational Mike.
What's going on, guys? Motivational Mike here. Going to be like LeBron D. Wade running a duo podcast today. I'm excited.
Speaking of basketball and LeBron and D. Wade, we actually had a draft last night. We're doing a huge thing with us, DSP, shout out Cam Hauser and Ben Chase Motivation for organizing it. We did a whole draft last night and it was great, like getting together with all 40 of us.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel?
I really liked it. Like you said, like everyone coming together for a common goal. It's always beautiful to see. I wanted to shout out Ben Chase Motivation. He was on the previous podcast. I think he did an amazing job. And I think what I'm about to say segues into this topic. I think he was a very confident speaker last night. He took control of the room and he didn't care what people thought of him. And he was very confident in his speaking ability and his direction. And I thought he did great. So I just wanted to shout him out.
You're totally right. Ben did really well on the podcast. And I think the thing he did really well with was his confidence. He was really comfortable with what he was saying. And I think the good thing about what makes you confident is when you're so confident in what you have to say and everything you're saying is kind of like a fact, I feel like that makes you more confident.
Exactly. Ben was sure of himself, of his words. He was very sure of himself. I think that's what confidence really is like when you're really sure of yourself. And it was like he was the only one in the room, kind of like he didn't even like care what the people thought of him. He stepped up to the occasion. If you're confident, man, you're going to step up to the occasion, whatever it may be, like in a restaurant, whatever kind of setting, and you're going to thrive under pressure. And I really aspire to have that level of confidence, and I'm working towards that every single day. And yeah, his words flowed like water.
What are you doing to work towards it?
Well, I'm serving. That's another thing that I'm doing is introducing myself to new people each and every day. I'm hearing stories from different people. I think I've become a lot more witty and able to flow well in conversations nowadays because I'm talking to all these different people. So I'm putting myself out there by wanting to serve more and really just become better at speaking.
No, I see where you're coming from. Because now I'm working at a restaurant. I love it. And I have to talk to people every single day, get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I have to be, the biggest thing is when I'm sure of something, I like how you brought that up, you're more confident in that topic.
You are.
If someone asked me about the menu, at first I wasn't too confident about it. But now I'm like kind of a month in, I know my shit. Like that's probably how you are at Kiki's. You're very confident.
Exactly.
They say, I got an egg on my bagel.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You didn't. I'm confident you didn't.
Exactly. Yes, definitely. It's just based on like knowledge and repetitions into something of like maybe basketball or studying for a test. Like you're confident and you know your stuff going into something. That's what I think confidence is.
And we've spoken about this. I remember when I was in Tampa, we spoke on another topic about faking it until you make it. Do you think to be confident, you have to fake being maybe a little bit cocky or fake being confident, and that kind of makes you confident?
I do. I think it is good to fake it till you make it and to make yourself uncomfortable, because if you do that long enough, you're going to become sure of yourself. Even if you aren't right in the beginning, you're going to do that over time. I think the difference between cockiness and confidence is cockiness, I would say, is when you don't think you're confident, but maybe you try to act like that. And I'll give an example, like the kid Joe at basketball. Let's say like I know I can beat him 100%, but I haven't even seen him play. That just comes across as cocky, even though you don't really give someone a chance in that respect. You're like,
you think, whoa, so you've never seen this guy Joe play and you're really confident in yourself that you could beat him.
Well, that's an example. Well, that's an example because everyone's saying he's the best player, and I'm kind of undercutting his ability, and I'm thinking I can beat anyone if I can beat the best player, right? So that's kind of the mindset that I was coming from, that kind of way. I think that's cockiness, personally.
Yeah, Ben and I had this conversation in the first episode in our podcast, but it's hard to tell the difference between the two. I think confidence could be if you can back it up.
Exactly.
I think if you're a really good basketball player and you're confident in your skills because you practice every single day,
exactly,
then that's good. But let's say I sit on the couch every single day and I tell everybody I could beat them.
Exactly. That's where I was going with it. If you don't put in the practice and the reps behind the scenes and you act like you did, then that's where the cockiness comes out.
100%.
Yeah.
And I saw this funny video. It was like, you know how we were talking about faking it until you make it?
Mhm.
This guy said that if you fake laugh like for a minute, you'll end up laughing.
I've heard that. Like
Do you
really,
think, do you think that's actually true?
like really, really hard. Yeah, I think that's true. I think I've tried that before and it happened.
You tried it, you're just sitting in your room like,
I think so. Yeah, I think I've done that before. It actually works. Try it at home. It works.
and then also I feel like smiling at work. When I first started working at a restaurant, my manager said, you are a paid actor. You have to smile and you'll get your tips and you have to show everybody that you're having a good time at work.
Yeah.
Do you think that fake smiling ends up turning into a real smile at the end of the day?
Definitely. I think it's just behaviors and routines because you're going to smile more when you leave your job and you're going to make other people smile because when you see someone smile, it makes you want to smile. And I smile a lot and I don't even realize it at times. People compliment me on my smile and I was like, dang, I didn't realize it. That's just how I am. I'm just a happy-go-lucky kind of person naturally. And a big reason because of smiling. It's very easy. Like Roman Atwood said, smile more.
So that's good. I remember
exactly.
that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you think a big factor in making money is confidence?
I do. Absolutely. I think, well, to make an example, I think with confidence, you can never be too confident. I think it's similar to having too much money. I think it's a good problem to have. You can never have too much money. And if you say that you can, well, it's hard to draw the line. So I think you can never be too confident as well. And when you're so confident, it works on your networking skills and that can help you build businesses and bring in more streams of revenue. So I think it can definitely help you make more money.
So the thing I took from that is you said you can never be too confident. What about if someone's so confident in something, but that they don't take anybody else's advice on it?
Well, that's a good point. And this brings me to a conversation I had at DSP. We were interviewing potential new members called PNMs, and I was sitting with this freshman girl, and she said, well, I could give advice to other people. And well, I think I asked her, what does being a good brother mean to you? And she said, well, I can give different advice to people and listen in. And then she said, well, I don't know about the advice thing because I'm just a freshman. I said, well, maybe we can take advice from you because everyone knows something that you don't. That's what I told her. I said, don't undercut yourself for like your ability like that. So I think with confidence, you can always have that human aspect to listen to people. You're never better than anyone else. I think as humans, we're all on the same level. No one's better than anyone else. If you think you're better than someone, you're just like an asshole. But I would think just with like making money, I think, you can never have too much confidence in the way you can always build to have more confidence each and every day instead of being complacent with the confidence level you have.
I think the best skill to have as a person is listening skills, because if you go into an interview, if you go into a friendship, if you go into DSP and you're not open ears, you think you know everything, you think you're overconfident.
Right.
If you walk in there maybe this could be cocky. I think nobody will respect you because you don't respect anybody else's opinion. But I think listening, like you said, you could take advice from a freshman because everybody has different points of view. Like I spoke with Tim, he owns many restaurants. I'm just getting into the restaurant business. And he said, Tanner, I could take advice from you.
That's good.
You're in the younger generation, you know what's coming, you know what's going to make money in the future. Me, I'm older. Like, I know what made money in the past. I know what did well in the past. So I totally agree with you that you could take advice from anybody, no matter who it is.
Exactly. You're never better than anyone when it comes to that advice. You can always glean things or learn things from different people. And you shouldn't be so close-minded to disregard their opinions or their advice. I think it's always good to just treat people with respect. And there's a big difference between hearing someone and listening to them. Because when you hear someone, you don't really acknowledge them. But when you listen to them, you kind of like repeat it back, like active listening in a way.
Yeah. I saw that, Austin Butler, the actor who played Elvis, there's a video of him, of someone saying how good he is in conversations, how kind of intimate he gets with interviewers.
Yeah.
And the thing he does, every time he responds to someone, he repeats the last things they say. He gives like very intimate eye contact. And it was that they were saying like how good that is to do.
That's huge because when you do that, you're acknowledging someone and makes them feel seen, feel heard. And it's great to definitely do that in a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the listening to other people, I think there's some people in my life where I wouldn't take advice from because I guess I have before and it led me the wrong way. But I think that's the only. When do you draw the line with some people where you don't take their advice, you don't like their opinion? How do you know that you're allowed to make that choice?
Well, if I wouldn't trade places with them, then I wouldn't take that advice. Like, I think that's just a pretty well-known saying. If you don't want to be in their shoes or end up like them, then don't take their advice because that's probably they've made choices like that they're recommending you, and it led them to where they are now. So I would ask someone else's advice instead of that person.
What about someone like, let's say my brother was a drug addict. He obviously got through it. He's doing well now. But what about that span of him being a drug addict right when he was done being addicted to drugs? He went through to rehab. And before his kind of success story right now, what about that in between moment? Let's say he gave you advice about a certain topic. And in your mind, you're like, I don't want to be like him right now. He was just a drug addict.
Right. I think I could definitely ask him for advice because we all go through different vices in life. Maybe it's gambling, maybe it's porn, maybe it's not necessarily drugs, but we definitely go through our struggles. And maybe I don't know how long he had this addiction for, but maybe ask him how did you beat it? I know it wasn't easy, it must have not been easy, but how did you beat it? And I feel like you could get very valuable advice from asking that you could bring into your own life and your own situation.
Do you have this is kind of like a off topic question? Do you have the addictive gene?
That's a good question. I don't
Like,
think
did your parents tell you have it, or anybody in your family has it?
I've done gambling before. I kind of have that in the way, like you chase your losses, kind of like, oh, I want to go to the next bet or something like that, or I want to keep playing. Like in basketball, some situations I do, but I don't think it's on all the time. Only in certain situations. How about you?
I have the addictive gene. Like it's inside my brain.
Yeah.
And I think I use it in a positive way, and sometimes it takes control of me. Like last night, I had Mexican food, chips, a bowl. Before that, I had frozen yogurt, bread.
Right. Yeah.
What's it called? Yogurt Emporium. And then after that, I had 3 scoops of ice cream on a brownie. Like that's when my addiction to food takes over. But then on the other hand, I'm addicted to other things. Like I've been running every single day this year.
Right.
I'm addicted to working out. When I find a certain hobby, I get addicted to it, and that could be a positive hobby.
Yes.
So what is your opinion on addictions, and are they good or bad?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's a slippery slope because if you're so addicted to working out, maybe you just start upping the miles that you start running and maybe you're not listening to your body as much anymore and it's causing you to burn out, but you're so addicted to that feeling of sweating and just getting after it. Maybe that's when it starts to become a little bit more negative in a way. But I mean, there's so many ways to get addicted to different stuff. I mean, it's easy nowadays, like to look at Instagram and like, I don't know, think of like women in a very not positive way. And then you start to like go into like porn and stuff like that and be addicted to that. I think it's a very slippery slope, no matter what way you look at it.
So you just said how it's negative.
Yeah.
Do you think it's positive?
I think
anyway?
it's definitely, I think it can definitely be positive, like working, and being addicted to like maybe starting things like your own business and your own network of people. I think that can be very positive and just starting these very positive paths in your life. I think it can be.
I think if you use it to your advantage, it's very good. I had this conversation with Tim again, and he's my mentor for anybody watching. Like I don't know, he's kind of taking me under his wing and teaching me a lot. And he has the addictive gene. So when he started running, like he ran every single day for years.
Wow.
Like he's literally, he reminds me of me.
Okay.
It's weird. And
it's good.
He's addicted to food. So he went and traveled, tried a bunch of different food.
Nice.
What are you addicted to? Like, do you have anything where you just can't help it?
I think work, like a good example is for work. Like I think I worked like 8 days straight or like 9 days straight last year. And like I just wanted to keep working. Like I kept asking people for different shifts. And in that sense, when I just worked so many more, like so many days back to back to back, I just wanted to keep adding more days on and on, just making more money. So in that sense, I mean, I'm competitive. I think, I want to ask people for shifts. I want to make money instead of them. I want to, make more money than them in a way. I think I'm very competitive and I can be addicted at things at times.
I want to ask you, in that span where you worked that much,
Mhm.
were you running away from anything? Was there anything going on at home or in your life that you're trying to avoid, or you were just trying to make money and have purpose?
Well, I think this was during a break. I think I worked 10 days straight once 2 years ago. This was during a winter break. So I was just busy with a lot of free time going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year, again, I think I just wanted to challenge myself in a way. I wasn't really running towards anything. I just was running towards the guy I wanted to be, that to make a lot more money in that kind of sense.
You weren't running towards anything. You're running towards the person you wanted to.
Yes.
Go deeper on that. That's deep.
Okay. Well, I just thought, and I told Emma this, if she could, and I wanted to make a video on this on my page, but if she should take the day off on MLK Day or work. And I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into work. And I know if I go into work, I'm going to reach my goals faster. And if I ask people to take their shifts, I know it's going to be, I might get burned out in the end, but I'm going to become the person that I want to become faster, have more financial freedom down the line.
And what's your goal?
Well, my goal is to have a car, just to be able to wake up whenever I want, and just to have that freedom financially and just recreationally to do whatever I want, but also be disciplined at the same time.
Mm-hmm. It's a great goal.
Yeah. I also have a question that I was meaning to ask on a previous podcast. This is about.
Oh, I wrote down a question. Remember that one question I wrote down that you asked me, and I was like, "That's a really good question." On our run, it was on our run.
Was it the love one?
Yeah.
You want to talk about this?
No, talk about the question.
Okay, yeah. This is a little bit more on topic. So this is about criticism, and I'll tell a story about this. So I'm at work one day, and I'm in the corner. I was like eating. I was on my phone, and then my boss, he comes in, and he kind of yells at me, or he kind of yelled at me in that sense. He doesn't yell at me, but he yelled at me. He's like, "Get off your phone. You want more serving shifts. You gotta play the part." And then people came up to me after, and they were like, "Why did you just take that? Why didn't you say anything back?" And I just thought, when someone criticizes you and you know you're right, you can't really get mad at it personally. Because I mean, what am I gonna say? It's
when
just,
someone criticizes you and you know you're right, so
yeah.
you know they're wrong.
Well, like, that they're right. I meant like, that they're right. What they're saying. Like,
okay.
There's nothing I really could say to get back at him, because I know that he's coming from a perspective. He's trying to make me better, and I know that he's right. I shouldn't be doing it. So there's no reason to just like give him backlash for that. What do you think about, like, in that situation? Do you agree with what I said about like that perspective? If someone criticizes you and you know that they're right, is there anything you could really say to them except that, like, I know where you're coming from?
Well, I mean, what are you supposed to say? I mean, if someone says something that you know, like, let's say I'm talking to a friend of mine, he's pretty fat, and I tell him, I said, "You're fat, you should go to the gym." I could criticize him in a way like that, or you could say it in a more kind way.
That's what I mean. I don't think it's what you say, it's how you say it, that you can get
Yes.
mad at the person. But in that situation, I think it's coming from a place of love, and just they want what's best for you.
I mean, you've probably
Personally.
known this manager for a long time.
I have,
You know
yeah.
how he speaks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, he just got a little bit angry. If that happened again, I would definitely go up to him. But I just bring this up because I had a friend, Tommy, I'll just say his name, where I would maybe, I don't know about criticize, because I don't really criticize people like randomly, but maybe I gave him a piece of constructive criticism in a way, and then he would just immediately cut me off, and then just, I guess, insult me about like my insecurities instead of hearing me out. So that's kind of why I brought it up.
Well, I guess that just shows the type of person they are, and he doesn't respect your opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, why would he respect your opinion if you don't respect his? Right?
Yeah, that's true.
If he came to you with advice, you'd tell him to fuck off too.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Did you get upset if
Well, I mean, I respect him as a person. At least I would hear him out. He didn't even want to hear me out in that sense. So that's
a problem with him.
Yeah,
It's
with
not-
him, but I think people also exhibit this in a way where they're just so quick to just cut someone off if they're criticizing you. They don't realize it's coming from
they're
a place
scared and
of
they
love.
know you're right.
Yes,
That's the thing.
exactly.
Like you usually run away from growth. You run away from things that make your life tough, but in the end, it'll make it better. Because I mean, if you came to me telling me like I'm a ball hog in basketball, I'd be like, no, I'm not.
Exactly.
And then I'd keep doing it, and then I really like Michael's right.
Yeah,
I am a ball.
Exactly.
And then I'd come back to you when I'm ready. So I guess that my answer to you is it's not you, it's them. Like the person has to come back when they're ready, they'll face you head on, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Good answer?
That is a good answer. Yeah, that is a really good answer. And then I guess another question I would have is like, since you're on the path to becoming a manager, what if someone challenges your leadership? This is a question that I also asked in the DSP interviews.
How if someone challenges my leadership?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not really a leader right now. I mean, what do you mean?
But like you will be in the future.
Like,
I would
give an example of what someone would say to challenge my leadership.
Well, maybe they come up to you and they don't agree with how you run things.
You're saying I'm a manager right now.
Yeah, like let's say you're a manager and like someone doesn't agree with how you're running things.
Well, how would you do it? That's what I would say. I'd hear their advice. I mean,
right.
Who knows? The person saying this could be an owner of 100 restaurants. So you always take advice from anybody because that goes back to the confidence thing. If I was confident in what I was doing, I'd be like, fuck off. Like that's kind of being cocky.
Yeah.
Being confident is also being confident in your listening skills to take advice from someone.
Okay. And then for the listeners, how can they become more confident at home? What helped you become more confident in like the confident person that you are today?
I think practice. I mean, I'm confident in certain skills I have because I've done them over and over. I used to be very scared. I tell this story a lot. When I started the podcast, I just wanted to manage it. I didn't want to be in it. I just wanted to have Xander and Zach talk, and I didn't want to be in it. And then as I'm doing the podcast, we're reaching on 3 years. I'm confident in my skills to talk and have guests on and basketball. I'm playing basketball since I was in middle school. I'm confident in basketball. I'm confident in running, but I wasn't always confident in those activities and things that I do until I put in the work and practice it every single day.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because when I first met you, I thought you were very confident, like very social. I didn't know that you didn't want to.
You got to fake it.
Yeah,
honestly,
you fooled me.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to be confident, like around girls. I'm confident, act like I'm the shit, and then I go home and I'm alone. That's the sad truth. But if I was truly confident in my skills with girls, I'd have a girlfriend right now.
Yeah, I guess so. Or you didn't find the right one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very picky. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why I just started talking about that, but I kind of want to talk about the question last night.
Okay.
Would you remember what it was? It was, would you rather not have your phone for a year or not be able to lie for a year?
Yeah, that's a good question. They asked us in the DSP, the fraternity. They asked everyone. And I think the majority of people said, give up your phone. But personally, I would say, I would give up my phone as well.
Give up my phone.
Yeah, I would give up my phone as well. Because... Oh, wait, give up your phone? Wait, you build on that. I got to think.
I'm saying I would give up my phone, and because I need to lie, it's because the way you say things. Like, let's say I'm giving someone advice. If I said it bluntly, like how I'd usually say it, they would tell me to fuck off. But if I said it in a way where I'm hiding the truth a little bit, like curving around it, then I feel like it would be easier to say what I'm trying to say.
I think I'm on the other side of the fence. I was right when most people gave your answer, but I think I'm on the other side of the fence. I think societies would just be a lot better if people were just more straightforward and didn't lie. Even though it's the hard truth, I think people still need to hear that and swallow the hard pill at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's tough though. I mean,
there's
tough. A lot of things that you lie about without even realizing you lie about them. Like little things.
Most likely.
Little things that are a big deal, I feel like.
Most likely subconsciously.
Like let's say let's say you're going on a date and the girl goes like, "What did you do last night before you go to bed?" That you just have to say it straight up. Like it's little things like that.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I think there's reasons like white lies. There's different types of lies. Maybe lying because you're ashamed of it, or just because you don't really feel the need to like explain yourself.
That's what lying is.
Yeah.
You lie when you're ashamed of what you're doing.
That
You
is
hide the truth when you know what you're doing is wrong. That's what my dad tells me all the time.
That's true.
If you're not telling me something, then you know that you shouldn't be doing it. It's the same thing with when you have a girlfriend. If they're hiding stuff from you, or you're hiding stuff from them, you know it's wrong. Honestly,
Or you care too much about what they think. Because I also thought about that
you
answer
care too much about
what they think. Maybe they don't agree with what you were saying, so maybe you made up a lie, you fabricated a lie, so you can appease that person. So it goes like, I guess, with their lifestyle.
You said you care too much about what they think.
Yeah. So that way you come up with a
then
lie.
you know you're doing the wrong thing if their opinion is the opposite as yours. Like my mom, there's certain stuff, certain times where I'm like afraid to tell my mom something because I know she's right in the end. Like I know I shouldn't have had 3 scoops of ice cream and a brownie last night. Like she'd be like, "What are you doing?"
But I think if I gave up the ability to lie just so I could have my phone, I think after that year I would lie significantly less than previously, and I think I would be a better person because of it. I think it would be transformative in a way.
Do you think you would lose a lot more people than you would gain in that year of life?
I don't think so, because I know I'm a good person and I really try not to lie. And I don't know, I think they would realize that I'm coming from a place of love. Like I'm very loving and very caring. So I don't think I would really burn any bridges that badly by doing this kind of stuff. Since you gave your answer on how you became more confident, I want to give my answer. I think repetition is very imperative when it comes to confidence. Like you with girls, like you've been with a lot of different ones, so you know how to handle yourself in a situation.
I try
with a girl. You do well, you succeed. So I would definitely say put yourself in uncomfortable situations, but a mindset that I have recently that came to me is just that I've become more confident is none of this stuff really matters. What I mean by this is like, it doesn't matter if someone insults you one day or someone cuts you off. Like we're gonna die one day, and life is way too short to worry about the simple little things like that. Like I saw this video today. The guy said like in 100 years, people are going to be living in your home, different families, different generations. Your car's going to be in a junkyard. Like guys, none of this stuff really matters. Just go ahead and be who you are. I'm not saying life's meaningless. That's called nihilism, where it rejects moral principles and logical principles. I'm saying life's important as meaning, but this should make you become more carefree, and it should really let you live life to the highest ability. And a quote that I like is, the best way to prepare for the future is to pretend like you don't have much time left. And that's an amazing way of thought that I've been channeling very recently. It's helped me become more confident.
And it helps you realize who you care about most in your life. I think that'd be a great topic to talk about on your Motivational Life channel.
Yes, that's what I wanted to.
Nothing really matters, but at the same time, everything matters. That's a good title.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of things do matter, like family and like important stuff like that, building relationships. But a lot of the trivial stuff, like
it's stupid, like things like that, like rejection, saying something you're not supposed to, all that stuff, or going and regretting something really fast, like a little thing, or me going and asking for that girl's Instagram. Dude, I'm gonna forget about that in a week.
Exactly.
Like, who cares, honestly?
Yeah. People beat themselves up over that all the time. Like, guys, like we're just writing a page in history like every single day. Like this is part of my life. It's part of your life. I want to plant my name in the history books. I'm not saying, you're going to be forgotten, because there's definitely historical figures.
I really want to be remembered.
I want to be remembered too. And I think there's something called the second death. You don't really die until the last person that remembers you speaks your name for the last time or remembers you.
That's another good topic.
You live on through other people, through those experiences, and you've really touched other people's lives. I strive to touch a lot of different people's lives and be remembered in that kind of way.
The second death. I love that.
Yeah.
Those are 2 topics for your channel.
Yeah. I'll speak on that for sure.
All right. What's your biggest take from this episode?
My biggest takeaway from this episode is really just to become more confident. Like you said, fake it till you make it, like we touched on in the beginning. I think you can definitely become the person you want to be if you are more confident, and you can get a lot more things done, meet a lot of different more people through confidence. So I would just say, guys, go out there and be confident. Screw what other people think. You're doing so much better than other people by putting yourself out there, putting your best foot forward. Most people don't even try. So if you failed, congratulations, because at least you tried. Most people don't.
It's good, man. That's a
Thank
really
you.
good takeaway.
Yeah.
My takeaway is also going to have to do with confidence. And even if you're confident and you think you know everything, you could always take advice from someone like Michael with his fraternity, like an entrepreneur like Tim taking advice from me. It's because everybody knows different things. Someone else can know what you've never even thought of before. So you could always be confident, but never be oversure of what you don't even know. That's what I'm going to say.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great.
Thanks for watching, guys. That was great.
Yeah.